Come down, please come down. Hey, watch out.
Jerry. What do we do? My
You're dad, what the is wrong with stop? What the is wrong with y'all? What the wrong with dad? I'm calling the police.
Dude, let's go here. Let's go ahead.
Right now, Whataburger.
What the?
So they stopped at a 24-hour Whataburger. Their food was mixed up with another group. And then this. A dirty brawl, a shocking display of rage, which ends with 7 people arrested. This is not good character. This does not comport well with a decent society. To make it worse, many people on the internet rush to make this about race or politics. They are missing the point entirely. They are ignoring the reason. They're ignoring the real disease. Here at Skolias Geneas, we see it for what it really is, a catastrophic failure of good character. This is not about wrong or mixed up order. It's about a culture which has abandoned the virtue of self-control. Let us look at the facts for what really happened. This was not just a food fight. It was a brutal assault over nothing.
Now to a food fight that was more than a mess. It led to 7 arrests. This happened at a Whataburger at Blanco and Bitters, which is where we find our Garrett Berger live this evening. Garrett, it sounds like people were not throwing fries here. They were throwing fists.
San Antonio has a favorite way to cap off a late night out on the weekend. 24-hour Whataburger spots like this one over here on the north side. But San Antonio police say at about 3 a.m. on Sunday morning, things were popping off over here. An order mix-up led to arguing and led to a fight. A big fight, in fact. San Antonio police ended up arresting 7 adults. Listed 4 young adults as the complainants, but no one reported any major injuries at the scene. This was big enough early Sunday morning, though, for police to have responded. Now, there is video taken from inside the restaurant that's been posted on Facebook. It's been shared more than 1,000 times now. Police tell us they have seen video of the incident and it's part of their investigation. We also reached out to Whataburger, who told us in an emailed statement, quote, "At Whataburger, the safety of our guests and employees is our top priority. We are cooperating fully with the authorities." On the north side, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
News for San Antonio at 5. We're here for you.
We start tonight with the violent fast food fight over an order mix-up at a Northside Whataburger, and it was all caught on camera. It happened early Sunday morning at the location on Blanco Road. 2 teens and 2 20-year-olds beat up by a group of adults. Thanks for joining us tonight, friends. I'm Jonathan Martinez.
I'm Mandy Noel, and new tonight we're learning that 7 people face charges in connection with that brawl. They're all adults, 2 of them in their 50s. News 4 San Antonio's Taylor Warrenby has been following this story and is live explaining how it unfolded. Taylor?
Yeah, I spoke to one of the mothers on the phone today. She said her son and his friends were here at this Whataburger simply just catching up when this all unfolded. Now they're all recovering both physically and emotionally. Tonight we hear from the mother. She didn't talk to us on camera, but she gave us some words. What you're watching is difficult. Inside a Whataburger on Blanco Road. Punches thrown and shouting erupts on what should have been a quiet night, instead quickly turned violent. In the video are 4 young people, 2 just 18 and 2 20-year-olds. Police say this all started after a disagreement between 2 groups over a mix-up in food orders. 7 people ranging from 21 to 57 years old were taken to the Bexar County Jail and are now facing charges of assault causing bodily injury. One of the mothers gave us permission to use the video. It was sent to her directly from another person while at the scene. We spoke to her by phone. She says her teenage son is recovering from serious injuries, including a concussion, 40 lacerations, a bite mark, a broken wrist, bruised kidneys, liver, and ribs. She says what happened went far beyond a simple misunderstanding, and now she's calling for justice for all the young people involved. While we asked the mother for an interview, she referred us to their attorney, Roger Perez, for a statement. Perez says at this time they will not be doing interviews. Those involved are still recovering. Right now, they are assessing the situation and investigating to see what the next steps should be.
So listen to this. A concussion, 40 lacerations, a bite mark, a broken wrist, bruised ribs, liver, and let's see here completely, bruised kidneys, liver, and ribs over food order. And who were the attackers? Not just kids. Police say 7 people were arrested, ranged from 21 years old all the way to 57 years old. This is not a failure of youth. Some of them are parents themselves. This is a multi-generation collapse of basic human decency, a direct result of parents failing to instill character in their children because they have none themselves. This is the reality of cultural decay. Dissecting these failures of character is the core mission of this channel. Subscribe to Skolias Geneas now and join a community dedicated to forging the sober judgment and self-control our world desperately needs. The typical online commentary offers shallow advice for a much deeper problem.
Hey y'all, breaking news out of San Antonio, Texas. This Whataburger run went totally wrong and things got super spicy. So, 3 a.m. police report that a food mix-up went completely wrong. Fries were being thrown, punches were being thrown, and 7 people ended up in jail. Witnesses say that it all started because of a wrong order mix-up. And listen, I love a chicken butter biscuit like every Texan, but it is not worth catching some charges over. Everyone involved was booked for assault, and luckily there were no major injuries reported. So next time your Whataburger order's wrong, take a deep breath and don't swing.
Take a deep breath. As if a character flaw festering for thousands of years can be solved with a breathing exercise. This is not a bad day. It is bad character. Who has not had their order mixed up? It's a minor inconvenience. But for this growing subset of people, it's a written invitation for brawl. Why? Because they are not ashamed. And they know there are no real consequences. They have politicians and leaders and other parents making excuses for them who are no better than these people themselves. These poor babies. Our system, created by this broken, dilapidated character, lacks swift and severe accountability. The punishment is never a deterrent to make people think and say, yeah, I'll sit this one out. Instead, more and more people jump into these fights as if they are invited to an award ceremony. So the problem is not a lack of sufficient laws, okay? It is a lack of good judgment, a lack of good character and decency. And our leaders are more willing to only treat the symptoms because they have no real answers. No real answers for the cause or good character themselves. They have none whatsoever. So what is the path of good character in a society which has totally lost its mind? The path of temperance and prudence. I teach my own family. The moment you sense a situation like this, leave. You see a situation like this escalating, just leave. You don't need to hang around and try to be a hero. You exit the area and stay away completely. You cannot help people who have abandoned their reason and given themselves over animalistic rage. No, the first and most important duty is to protect yourself and your family from such chaos. This brawl is a mirror. It reflects a society where personal honor is dead, where public degeneracy is normalized, and where accountability is a forgotten concept. Here at Skolias Geneas, our mission is to plant a seed of good character, to remind people that the strength of a nation is not built in its halls of power, but in the quiet, disciplined character of its citizens. The choice of which character to build is always ours. The choice is always yours. Thank you for joining us at Skolias Geneas.